Purpose of me donating money to a park and our kids are getting hurt and shot, so I think we need to do something else. So I've been able to channel a little bit of funds and have school events and stuff like that. Like I said, title The School Stars, and I had an anti-bullying movie. It's on YouTube. It's Christmas. But yeah, basically my ideology and what I do is I host a lot of events and I bring kids all over to perform art, poetry, sing, the whole nine. I'm with the police department, the school safety division, so I understand what you're saying 100%. Our kids don't have an idea of what's going on or what's going to be. So sorry, I might sound a little emotional and crunchy, but I just was just excited just listening to each one of you. So they call me Chaz, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ife Charles. I work for an organization, Center for Court Innovation, that has 4 pure violence sites across the city, in Brooklyn, Bedside, Crown Heights, and in the South Bronx and Morrisania. I think when we talk about gun violence, I always say, and I pay homage to you, my sister, when I think about, I've lost a son at age 6, but my son died from an illness. Mm-hmm. So in some ways, I think I'm lucky, right? And that's a weird thing to say, losing a child. Yeah. Because I don't know what it would feel like, and I always say to folks, somebody knocking on my door and telling me that my child's been gunned down. Oh, Lord. Right? Mm-hmm. And as a mother who's lost a child, and I know men have lost their children, the birthing process that you go through, you end up feeling as though you're constantly in labor. Anytime that you think that you've lost your child, every opportunity that comes by. I think my passion around doing this work comes because I've seen young Black, African American, Latino males continuously buried, or even incarcerated. I think my first experience came when I was running programs at Paul Robeson High School. One of my students, I was teaching conflict resolution in government, and one of my students was arrested for a gun charge. And a couple weeks after, one of my younger kids in my community was killed because someone hit him in the head with a brick for a $5 bike. And a dear friend of mine lost her son right around the corner from her house. So I think I've buried enough children. Yeah. And my blessing of burying my son from an illness versus the other hundreds of kids I've gone to funerals, watching people in a coffin that are no older than 25 most of the time. It's kind of heartbreaking, right? Yes. And I think we all experience that. And so the work that we do doesn't just come from an organizational umbrella, but it comes because this is my passion. I think we have a responsibility to save lives. And I say this all the time, it doesn't matter what role you're playing, as long as you're playing a role.
That's right.
So we have different levels, and those levels sometimes are conflicted because there are egos and there are attitudes. But when a child or a young person or anyone is laying in a coffin, they no longer have an attitude, they no longer have an ego, they no longer have a title. The one thing that we do know is that they wanted somebody to stop them from dying. And so if that takes me to do it, along with the collective that we have, we can do it. I strongly believe that we can. We each play a role, right? Mm-hmm. We play a role. We play a role. And we have to be actively and aggressively playing those roles. And so that's my passion in doing this work. It is my commitment in doing this work. And it doesn't change. I live it day in and day out.
Thank you.
So my name is Judy Elizabeth, and I am the program manager for the Save Our Streets program, which is one of the programs that Ife just talked a little bit about. And I mean, just to be here, you know, to kind of be surrounded by people, like you said, who are like-minded is really important to what we're doing, because sometimes you walk down the street, and I'm speaking as from a program manager, when I'm standing on the corner in Forest Houses trying to get people to support us in the work that we do, and they walk by when there was just a shooting in their development. It's like, I need to understand why. Like, why are you because it didn't affect you personally. And for me, I have a son who's 17 who every day comes home from school, Mom, a boy in my class was killed. They killed the boy that everybody, I'm trying to save my own son. You know, I have family members who are on both sides of gun downers doing time where they would never see the light of day, and 3 cousins who were buried, you know, in the same housing development in Brooklyn. You know, so I come as a passionate person, as a human being. I come as a parent, I come as a community member, and I feel like it's really important that we start somewhere. And although the work is not easy, I'm frustrated when I'm on the street and we're doing a shooting response and people are just walking by, and sometimes I just want to yell out, like, what will it take for you to get involved? Does it have to affect you personally in your own home in order for you to say that this is not right? It's so normal for people that is scary. It is scary how much of the norm it is. You hear a gunshot and that's okay. It's like, it is not okay. And so I work with Ife and Lindsay and Eric and Princess, and it's really my hope to be able to kind of build a bigger, larger community with you all so that we can work together, because my voice with your voice will be a bigger voice.
Yes, right.
And you know, it's really important. So I'm happy that we're here, and I'll be here, I'll hope to be here for every monthly meeting, and hopefully the room will get bigger and bigger, and we will branch out and be able to do the important work that we're doing. But like Ife says, it starts with doing something, and so that's my goal. It starts with coming, it starts with building a program. Building a program is really a challenge, you know, if it's a new program in a community that is not that receptive to help, to support. They're not used to trusting people, they're not used to having new people come in. And so the work that we do is important because we bring people from your own community. So we're working with Forest and McKinley Houses, and just to talk a little bit about it, we employ people who live in the area of Forest and McKinley Houses and the surrounding areas. And they have been on the side, or maybe both sides. They've been in the drug game. They've been in, you know, gotten shot or have shot somebody, did jail time. And so they've changed their lives. And they are the best people to come back into the community and then have a conversation with the big homies, or have a conversation with the young kids who are killing, to say, we don't have to do that. You know, doing that got me 23 years. Doing that got my friend killed. And so that's how we work, and we've been successful, and we're bringing it into Lincoln Hospital. SOS is coming into Lincoln Hospital, and we're really excited about that. So I'm hoping that we will have other opportunities to work together. And that's Liz. Thank you.
I'm Trends, community activist, actor, rapper. I'm from Edenmore Projects. I don't know if anybody knows Edenmore Projects, but yeah, so like I'm kind of like an example of everybody from there doesn't have to go the same route. So my goal is, like, as an artist, is to link up with like the entertainment and sports and that industry, because I feel like when I was young, the reason why I was out in the street, I didn't have nowhere to go. So it's like, to me, it's like a lion cub in the jungle. They're gonna explore, you know what I mean? Even a lion cub is gonna explore. So these kids are walking these blocks not to start trouble, but just to explore where they're living, because they have no programs. So my goal is, being that I'm kind of like the young hip artist, is to have more kids think it's cool with Guns Down Life Up. Maybe we can get some tournaments going or stuff like that, because everybody has their own route to reach kids. This is my route. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I do this or that or that or that, but my route is get these kids something to do. You know what I mean? I myself, I had to be about, I say 26. I almost got shot in a party, but luckily the guy didn't pull the trigger. So what I'm saying is, I ended up being something in my life. So if I can give another kid a chance who went through that obstacle, and maybe they learn from it and they can change their life, that's what I'm here to do. So Yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm James Robbins. I work with Guns Down Life Up. I work with Eric Payette. My company's Ma Baby printing t-shirts up. I'm part of the awareness. You know, my goal is to bring guys like him. You know, Trent is a partner of mine. Chaz, you know, we did events at the school. He has all these students at the school. I want to bring awareness to the programs that we have and take an innovative approach. Because a lot of kids, when we just say we're going to come here and preach, they don't want to hear none of that stuff. So we have to take a creative, innovative approach. And with the Guns Down Life Up, making it cool and trendy and having different artists wearing it and things of that nature makes it more cool. And it really inspired me when I have these shooters and kids in the streets when they say, hey, what's up with that shirt? I saw it on BET. You know, where can I get that? When I have this person who walks around with robbing people, you know, all of a sudden just change their mindsets and thinking something positive. That's what really inspired me to really put Guns Down Life Up. And of course with Anthony Gray and lead by examples and people who on the streets out there, you know, so we have to connect with the community and connect with people that's out there that can make a difference. That's why I support the Carolina model. You know, I support the whole SOS. Life Camp in Queens and anybody that's doing the work out here. And also alternatives, like we're Guns Down Life Up, like we do at Harlem Hospital and King County Hospital. We want to duplicate the same thing right here at Lincoln Hospital in Lindsay. So I'm all in, and all my resources and everybody who I know in the Bronx and all of our boroughs, we're gonna make it happen. And be saving lives, not to be doing this.
Yes.
Hi everybody, my name is Flor Lomond. I'm a community liaison. I'm from the Mayor's Office to Combat Domestic Violence. We deal with intimate partner violence, elder abuse, and sex trafficking. We provide services to the victims and the survivors. Once somebody is identified as a survivor, we send them to the Family Justice Center where they can receive services. We have different agencies that offer services such as, like case management. We have counseling for the children and the parents. We have legal help. They can get help with immigration, with filing for order of protection, with divorce and everything. And we also offer self-sufficiency classes for the survivors that helps them like get back on their feet to make them empower themselves. All the services we offer are free and confidential. It doesn't matter your legal status, language, it's all free. And also for the teens, because I know you guys are really focused on teens, we take a preventive step when it comes to dealing with the teens. We teach them about healthy relationship, like what does a healthy relationship look like. So we go to schools, we do free workshops. All the workshops that we offer also are free, and we offer them in English and Spanish. And we have a workshop, one of the most popular ones. It's called Techno Love, that teaches them about being healthy online, like keeping a healthy relationship, but also protecting themselves online, as well as like cyberbullying and like not being like protecting themselves again with predators online. And we also offer a sister workshop to that one for parents. That's called Techno WAP, that teaches the parents first like what is technology, like giving them a little insight into technology, what is Facebook, what is Snapchat, and also then teaching them how to protect their kids online. So if you guys are interested, all the services, like I said, are free, and you can contact me. I will give out my business cards later on. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Giselle Torres. I'm part of Lincoln Hospital. I cover the volunteers office. So Lindsay have, reached out to us, and I also, when last time guys were here, so I was a bit upset. I reached out to Lindsay and I said, what happened? We need the community to be informed. How come I didn't know anything about it? And when I say I, it's not because I am this big person that wants to know, no. But through the volunteer office, many of our volunteers are members of the community. So in posting the information of all these meetings, I think it's important that the community is informed of what is happening. And, you know, many families are going sadly through situations, difficult situations, and they don't reach out at times because they don't know where to go. And out of personal experience, I do know that at times when families are going through difficulties with drugs or with violence, they isolate instead of going out and looking for help. So unless the information is really open, big, and showing, people don't know where to go. People are ashamed to talk about what is going on at home. When my teenagers started messing up with drugs, I didn't know. I couldn't believe it. Because in my immediate family, my sisters, my parents, I never experienced that. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to speak with anyone about this until one day I couldn't handle it anymore. And I was crying in the bathroom. So a co-worker got close and I kind of shared without sharing that much. And she said, oh boy, this is what is going through. This is what I am going through. And, you know, that connection led to another connection and another connection. And you think you are the only one going through this situation when you have 20 people around you going through exactly the same issues, but no one opens up for the other to know. And that actually said, this is unbelievable. So every time I see the opportunity to, one, get involved, two, spread the word, of course I'm going to do it. I am going to take every step, and because of that situation, it has led me to volunteer. I actually did the training. I don't know if any of you have heard of a program, House of Healing, which is a program for prisoners. People actually, it's a series of about from 8 to 12 weeks where they go into prison and actually run a program. It's more anger management, emotional healing. So whether they stay there for a long time or they come out of prison, they are able to really be in touch more with the feelings. And in running through that program, I have learned quite a lot. And how many of these situations of violence and so forth is because, as adolescents, because now we're focusing more into kids, they don't know how to, one, identify the feelings, and two, how to manage them. So it's part of teaching them. So part of the training that I went to, now my purpose or what I want to do is to reach out to those programs with adolescents, to start working with them, because it's also that part of the program that is called Young Power. So they could really move inward and start discovering the power that they have. And instead of using it with fists or guns, also use it in many other ways. So that's somehow personal experience and seeing all the many people that sometimes, stop in life because they cannot move forward from a difficult moment that they have to. So that's the reason I'm here, and hopefully, not just because Lincoln, but in my personal life to kind of contribute whichever way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.